How's it going, Nakama? And welcome to a video that is a super fun entry for me. In this anime explainer, we will be taking a glimpse 6 years into weebdom past. Truly a trek, I know. As always, if you want to see more anime explainers, be sure to like and subscribe for more in-depth deep dives. And with that being said, let's get reckless. Glancing back into the winter 2017 season, we find our anime of interest nestled lovingly among the top of that season's catalog. While the genre of anime as a whole is on the precipice of making its leap into true mainstream culture, the content debuting each season was truly beginning to blossom. It is no urban legend in the anime community that since 2013, we have seen half the anime in existence produced. A truly mind-blowing statistic that saw its genesis in these early Renaissance years. The aspect of being transported to another world is a tale that has been reoccurring all throughout various aspects of fiction. And within the confines of Japanese animation, while we now laugh at seeing things like reincarnated as a sword, or brought into a new world with my mother, the premise holds a ton of promise for captivating tales. While being taken to another world with your smartphone is super convenient, a story to stand on its own and create its own narrative is innately possible. Even looking at this channel, I've discussed series from Skeleton in Another World, to That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, to Jobless Reincarnation. In each, there are tropes that have become common, but there is a narrative underneath that set each property apart. Despite me seeming like the cultured and cultivated weeb that may bring you series like Descendants of a Bookworm, where an isekai young lady fights against all odds to create a world that is best for her. Nothing too weird about this premise, just a youthful individual with ideas abound in a new world using their innate powers bestowed upon them to blaze a trail straight to their ambitions. But while Descendants of a Bookworm is a series that all should enjoy, this animated series was released 2 years after a similar pint-sized Best Girl took another pre-industrial European world by storm. And while within the wholesome goodness of Descendants of a Bookworm, mine strives for establishing a peaceful society to read, our individual of note is a Best Girl of an entirely different cloth. You step back from the wholesome, hopeful world with the good mind to flip to the other side of the coin, to see with the ruthless cunning and edgy ambition bursting forth from one of the smallest figures. We jump into the battle against all odds with following the saga of Tanya the Evil. Okay, disclaimer alert. This is not an endorsement of Tanya's personal ideology or political viewpoint. This country are literal Nazis, and yes, Nazis are bad. This little lady's isekai adventure is one that takes her straight to the front lines of conflict. Upon being reincarnated in another world, our protagonist slowly begins to push forward. And unfortunately for Tanya, she's in a battle against the Almighty. Within our world, this individual was a beast of the business, working their way up and over so many in order to earn a comfy way in their life. However, a coworker that they had previously fired sent him, soon to be her, on a one-way date with incoming train coon. Yeah, that's how bad this person was. Truck coon wasn't good enough to take this one out. Speed train was needed. And as they fell and saw their lives flashing before their eyes, those final moments brimmed with such animosity for the inevitable, such de facto hatred for the Almighty, that the curses drew the attention of God himself. Yes, Nakama, we are hitting peak edgelord levels. This isn't a protagonist striving to be their very best. There is no power of love or Nakama here. Just 100% pure angst and energy. And who can go wrong with that? Anime has always been a bastion that has cultivated outstanding worlds for us to rage within, and have lifted up characters for us to live vicariously through. Over the years, we fans have been able to find our edge outlet in a number of series that have popped up from time to time. I remember in my youth seeking out series like Death Note, Blue Gender, and Akame ga Kill. And no, this isn't some super late cry for help. Anime is a genre that can comfortably expand and contract to fit within any medium, thus allowing for edgy generation after edgy generation the opportunity to channel their inner beast and roar through their soul every once in a while. And for this new generation, while Attack on Titan and Devil May Cry Baby may fill that niche, my goal for today, Nakama, is to elevate this brilliant story, because Tanya takes on all challengers, with Kami being a main focal point within. You heard me right, the main antagonist. Wait a second, Tanya's the antagonist. Does this mean that Kami's the protagonist? Holy fuck. And with the story centered around this little epicenter, the engagement between them and the Almighty serves as the crux of the entire show. In Tanya's previous life, as they were killed, and as their final moments were ending, they cursed Kami and everything they stood for, only for the Almighty to actually respond and offer a challenge. Almighty power of the next life as long as they pray to him. Thus begets the story of Tanya working their way up within their country, while harboring a secret power that can be released through prayer And it wouldn't be as bad if Kami didn't constantly place Tanya in the center of conflict. And while Tanya does receive blessings through prayer, their approach all but slaps the Almighty in the face. While the words you speak have meaning, the tone in which you portray them leads to your true motive. And through dispassionate, in many situations mocking prayer, Tanya skirts around the necessary requirement to make it her own, truly go up against the Almighty, and so far keep coming up on top, even though her stature puts her at a huge disadvantage. I've touched on this plenty so far, but this is technically a reincarnated in another world series. And while Tanya is blessed to be able to tap into a wealth of supernatural power, the frame to which the person inhabits quite literally places all odds against them. Seeing that this has taken place in a region heavily stylized after Nazi Germany, again, Nazis are bad, you're right to assume that blatant sexism is a part of this world. And the fact that she was also born to a poor family, coupled with a weak body, had her behind the 8 ball from the very beginning. It is through her achievements in bloody combat that she is actually able to break through the glass ceiling placed on her. Her accolades garner her positions and ranks higher and higher until her existence is known on a global scale as the Devil of the Rhine. To make yourself known is one thing. To make yourself feared in the hearts of warriors all over the world is another. And for this preteen character to mockingly pray their way up a military ladder only to be stagnated on the precipice of ultimate victory brings us back to the aspect of going against all odds, and how those within power constantly overlook her input to their own detriment. But to our benefit, such ill actions of those in charge of Tanya's side is what seems to be the basis for what we're going into for season 2. How will the tides turn in the battle against all odds, when the one pushing against the ceiling is now the one holding the world at bay? The first season of this brilliant franchise allowed for our main to come up and make a name for themselves through constantly overcoming insurmountable odds. But what will it look like when Tanya becomes the insurmountable odd? When the world now turns itself directly against Tanya's country, she is now the goal for the entire planet to overcome. Within season 1, you catch the edge of this underdog fighting against all odds. And as season 2 looms, we feel a familiar tinge prickle along our spine. For as the fallen of the past rise up, a chuckle slips out, and that chuckle builds into a loud laugh. Bring it to all the challengers looking to take what you fought for, take it on the world for, battled against all odds to get. All you can say is bring it. And that, my Nakama, is the edgy goodness you all should see, and why I suggest that you all watch the Saga of Tanya the Evil. Hey you! Yeah you, the amazing Nakama that made it to the end of our content. Hi, I'm the Dark Briton with the Runaway Warlords, and I'd like to personally say thank you for being able to check out our video. If you like what we have, go ahead and subscribe. That'll really be able to help you out. If you want to check out another video, we have one right here. And also, we have a lovely playlist for you to check out right there. I'm the Dark Briton of the Runaway Warlords. Thank you so much for being with us on this journey. We'll catch you next time. Peace.